Is the Wells Fargo Active Cash the king of cashback credit cards? I'm Bradford of the Paying Pinterest Guide to Personal Finance. Let's break down how the Wells Fargo Active Cash card works, talk about its pros and its cons, and discuss whether or not this is truly the best cashback credit card out there. So how does this card actually work? Fortunately, it's relatively straightforward, which I like. Starting off with the introductory bonus, which I don't think is a reason by itself to be getting any specific credit card, but knowing what it is to be able to plan out your purchases throughout the calendar year can be really helpful. And the Active Cash card's intro bonus is pretty great. So this one, how it normally works is after you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months, you're gonna get $200 back. But as of right now when I'm filming, if you only have to spend $500 in the first 3 months to get that same $200 back, which means in that first $500 that you're spending, you're effectively getting 40% cash back on top of the 2% cash back that you're already earning. Then in addition to that cashback bonus, you're also gonna get the first 15 months after opening the card with the 0% APR. After that, it's gonna go to whatever is normally assessed to you. Now, this is pretty great, and it also includes balance transfers that are made within the first 120 days of opening the card. Now, I'm a strong advocate that you should always be paying off your credit cards in full every single month, but if you are working to get yourself out of a hole that you built out of debt, this is a great opportunity to be able to put that APR on hold, to be able to pay off that debt a little bit faster. Now, so probably the most important question of how this card works is how does actually earning the cash back work? So for this one, you're earning 2% back for every dollar that you spent with unlimited earning potential and no restrictions on any categories, with the exception of the standard one when it comes to cash back, is that you can't be using this card for like cash purchases, i.e. buying a bunch of gift cards to try to roll your credit cards that way. And then unlike some other cashback credit cards, there's nothing that you have to worry about with the terms of rotating categories or certain bonus categories that you have to activate at the beginning of each quarter. And then for actually redeeming the cashback that you've earned, you have 4 options available to you. The first one is by using the cashback that you've earned to cover purchases already on the card. 2, you have the ability to transfer all the cashback that you've earned to any Wells Fargo banking account that you have, whether it's a checking account, a different credit card, or paying off part of your mortgage with the points that you've earned. Additionally, one thing that I really like that I haven't seen with other cashback cards is the ability to actually redeem it with paper cash. You can go to a Wells Fargo ATM, and then you have the ability to draw out the cash that you've already earned in increments of $20 bills. And then the last option available to you is to take the cashback that you've earned and redeem it in the form of gift cards coming out in $25 increments. Although personally, I wouldn't choose to do that. I would just take the cash back because then you're not locked into only being able to spend that money with a certain business. And then there's 2 additional features of the card that I think are worth talking about. The first one is going to be the cell phone protection that is presented and available to you. So if you use your Active Cash card to pay for your cell phone bill, you're going to automatically be enrolled in the cell phone protection. Now, this is going to give you, with a $25 deductible, up to $600 in coverage that is available to you that you can actually use twice per 12-month period. Now, please note, while this does cover if you have an issue of theft or if your phone breaks, it does not cover lost or missing phones. So just please note that is part of the fine print. And this is a feature that I really like seeing with some credit cards that it's rolling out, so you don't have to pay for Apple Care if it's not something you want to, or some other form of cell phone insurance that's offered by your cell phone provider. And then the last feature I want to mention is that because this is considered to be a Visa signature card, you're also going to get access to Visa Concierge service. Now, there's not really a dollar amount that I can assign to it because it's going to be based on each individual user. It is a nice thing to have, particularly with some of the other concierge services that I've used in the past with other credit cards. Just having the ability to be able to outsource some of the help that you need, whether you need a last minute reservation or you're trying to plan a special occasion, and having somebody that can do that footwork for you frees up your mind to be able to focus on other tasks. Now, with the details of the card in mind, how do the pros and the cons stack up? Starting off with the pros, the first thing we have to talk about is that excellent introductory offer in the realm of cash back. At least with the ones that have 0 annual fee, I have not seen any introductory offers that are as good as this right now. So just spending that $500 and getting the $200 back is pretty great deal, combined with the 0% APR for the first 15 months. Pro number 2 is the redemption options. Having 4 different redemption options plus the ability to actually redeem back in cold hard cash is something that I haven't seen with any other cashback cards out there. Then 3 and 4 are going to be the last 2 features that I talked about. These are definitely pros. Having the cell phone insurance without having to pay anything extra, as well as the access and being able to take advantage of the Visa Concierge service, are definitely going to be landing solidly on the pro side of things. But we still have to talk about the cons, because no matter how great a credit card is, there are always going to be drawbacks, especially for specific people if they're looking to use it in certain circumstances. The first thing we have to talk about with it being a drawback for this card is that there are not any bonus categories. Now, on the pro side, the 2% flat rate cash back can be great if you're looking for cards that give you the opportunity to earn up to like 5% or even higher percent cash back on certain spending categories that you might spend a lot of money on relative to your total budget. There's going to be other cards out there that are going to be a better fit for you. And next up on the con category is going to be the fact that you actually have to be banking with Wells Fargo already to be able to have access to all four of the cashback redemption options. And it's going to be that second one where being able to take the cashback and just have it to redeem directly to your account. As far as I could see, there wasn't a way to have that redeemed to any outside banking. So the only way to be able to take your cashback and put it in a checking account is if you have a checking account with Wells Fargo. And then the last thing I have against the Active Cash card is the cell phone insurance. Well, yes, it is nice to have. It's not as high as some of the other credit cards that I've seen out there. So yes, $600 back is great, especially when you're not paying anything extra for it, but it's only going to be a little bit of the way towards actually covering the cost of your replacement phone. Considering most of the phones out there, they start around the $900, go all the way up to the $14 range. $600 is only going to cover a portion of that. So with all of that in mind, is this truly the cashback king? Now, to be able to properly answer that question, we have to do a real apples to apples comparison with the other big cashback card on the block, and that's going to be the Citi DoubleCash card. So without doing a full review of that card to be able to do this comparison, I'm just going to break down what I think are the key categories and where each one racks up and whether one has the edge over the other card. So they both claim 2% cash back, but I think the Active Cash card is actually going to have the edge in this category. Because yes, they do actually earn 2% cash back, but how they actually manage this earning is slightly different. With the Wells Fargo Active Cash card, you're going to earn 2% back directly at the point of purchase. So you're going to earn that 2% back up front. The Citi DoubleCash card, on the other hand, which I personally like, and that is the card I use, you don't earn it all up front. You earn 1% at the point of sale, and then you don't earn the other 1%, which is the half of that 2%, until you actually pay off your credit card. Overall, it's probably going to make only a month difference, but the edge definitely does go to the Active Cash card because you are actually earning that up faster, and that gives you access to that money sooner. And then another thing that I have to talk about that's going to give the Active Cash card a lead is going to be the fact that it does give you access to the cell phone protection as well as the Visa concierge service. The Citi DoubleCash card, on the other hand, doesn't give you any sort of cell phone protection, and with it being a MasterCard, there's no similar level of concierge service that is offered by the DoubleCash card. But since I've been dinging the DoubleCash card, the thing that I think helps bring it back up to be on par with the Active Cash is going to be the fact that you get access to Citi transfer partners. Wells Fargo Active Cash has no transfer partners. The cashback that you earn is exactly that. There's no opportunity to be able to transfer to an airline or to a hotel and to be able to get a percentage multiplier that truly gives you more than 2% cashback that you earn up front. Citi, on the other hand, with the DoubleCash card, does give you access to transfer partners where you can take that 2% and bump it up to 4, 6, sometimes with a great transfer deal, maybe even in excess of 10%. So taking that initial purchase and stretching it a lot further. Now, the important caveat I have to have here is that the Citi DoubleCash card only gives you access to a handful of the total Citi transfer partners, and to be able to get access to all of them, you have to also have the Citi Premier card, which is their main travel card. So those cards work great in conjunction, but the Citi DoubleCash card does only give you access to a few of those transfer partners, which does not include the airlines. So it's really just the hotels that it's going to give you access to. But even by its own, it still does have transfer partners, which I think definitely gives it a big leg up to be able to multiply the cashback that you're actually earning compared to the Active Cash card itself. So which card does actually deserve the title of Cashback King? Well, it depends. Yes, I know I hate giving that answer, but it is going to depend on your specific situation. I think if you're looking for just a single, solid, standalone credit card, and you don't want to have to worry about bundling cards or building trifectas that work on top of each other, the Wells Fargo Active Cash card definitely stands out on top. It has some solid benefits, there's no annual fee, and earning the 2% cash back is as straightforward as it can be. So it is a great platform if you just want to have one single card, you're not worried about multiple credit cards, that is a great way to definitely be on top. The Citi DoubleCash card, on the other hand, I think is great if you are looking to have multiple different credit cards that pair together that work well. For example, the Citi trifecta, which is going to be the DoubleCash card, the Custom Cash, and the Citi Premier, builds a really great foundation to be able to earn much more than just a 2% cashback that the Wells Fargo can earn on its own. So what situation are you in? That's going to depend on which card you decide to choose. And if you want to learn more about the Citi DoubleCash card, check out this full in-depth review right here. Thanks for watching, and from your first penny to your first million, we're here to help.